Hello parents and students around the world. Today we're going to discuss fractions. The main thing to remember about fractions is that fractions are a part of a whole. Fractions are a part of a whole. What that means, fractions are a part of a whole. We can show in an illustration. Let's think of this as a pie. We're going to a cookout and Grandma has cooked the pie. When the pie is done, Grandma cuts it in 4 pieces. You take one of those 4 pieces. That pie was cut into 4 pieces. You take one part of that pie. You took 1 out of 4. 1/4, a fraction. Susie comes along and takes another piece. 1/4. If you have a question on an exam that says, out of the whole pie, what part or how many parts of the pie is taken? 1/4. 1/4 plus 1/4 equal 2/4. 2/4 of that pie was taken. We're creating fractions. Grandpa decides he wants to bake a pie. Grandpa's pie is done. And instead of cutting his pie in 4 pieces, he cuts it in 8 pieces. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Will the fraction be different? Yes. You take a piece of Grandpa's pie, you took 1/8 fraction. 1/8 of that pie. If Susie comes along and she takes a piece of the pie, she has taken 1/8 of the pie. Why? 1 piece out of 8. Fractions are part of a whole. Paul comes along, he takes a piece of the pie. 1/8. If the question is, how many pieces of the pie were taken? 1/8, 1/8, and 1/8. 1/8, 1/8. What is the total of pieces of pie that were taken? 3/8. 3/8 of the pie was taken. How many pieces remain? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5/8 remain. Fractions are part of a whole. Let's use another example. A candy bar. We're going to share a candy bar. Paul wants a piece. Chris wants a piece. You're keeping a piece for yourself. What part of the candy bar does Paul have? 1/3. You have a candy bar broken into 3 pieces. Paul has 1/3. Chris has 1/3. And you kept 1/3 for yourself. Fractions. When writing a fraction, the top number of the fraction is always called the numerator. The bottom number is called the denominator. These are terms. These are terms used when dealing with fractions. The numerator and the denominator. What is the numerator of the fraction 1/3? The numerator is 1. The denominator is 3. If we take the 1/3 that Paul took up the candy bar, the 1/3 that Chris took up the candy bar, and the 1/3 that we kept for ourselves. If we decide to add it, we'd have 3 over 3. 1 plus 1. The denominator stays the same because it's still 3 pieces. 1 piece out of it, 2 pieces out of it, 3 pieces out of it. Add a fraction, denominator stays the same. 3 over 3. That's all we're going to do today in Cindy's Corner. We're going to start with fractions. And we're going to go further. Click the like button and subscribe. And I will see you next time in Cindy's Corner.